Hey, what's up, guys? Alex here. Haven't been posting a while, so I thought I'd post up for a little bit. Just got this new project here. Different than my Predasaurous we did last time in other previous videos. Go check that out. So basically, what happened with my Predasaurus was that it got stolen after I started selling it because I had that much money at the time, and you know, the wheel was like going back and forth, falling off, doing this and doing that. I got tired of it, so sold it. Sold it to this one guy, and then he sold me an ATV frame. He said I had a full tank of gas, blah blah blah. Checked the gas, there's no gas in it, the compression was lost, and I was like, damn. And then after like half a year later or a year later, got another one just like this. So now I know what frame my go-kart used. Basically, it's a Manco go-kart. It was just customized, so they took off these little bar things, and then they took off the spoiler on that thing, or whatever you want to call it, and then they made like some type of plate, I think, and then they split this frame apart in this middle area where there's like a little gap, and then they made it a little farther. That way someone would fit in there, which I am gonna do this kart because I am honestly too big for this kart. In any other meanings though, it has a 6.75 horsepower OHV brakes and Stratton engine. I'm not sure how old it is. You guys can let me know in the comments. See, coming on the right here, your exhaust, it's got everything on it, new clutch on it, well, half new clutch at least I would say, and then it's got a new chain on there, sprocket's good, there's no wiggling into this wheel or anything like that like my other kart did. I gotta keep an eye out on these bearings now because sometimes if you tighten these bolts a little too hard, it gets into that bearing and it might screw the bearing up and then just screw up the whole axle probably. That's what mostly happened to my car because I never knew about it, so pay attention this time. And as I can tell from right here, it was a Manco go-kart, and I don't know how old this Manco kart was. This is probably like maybe like a little 2000s kart or something like that. I can tell it's probably been painted over before because how blue it is, and then over here you can see the original color already fading out, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Wonder what it looks like in there. But to be fair, I'm gonna repaint this possibly and make it look like this color, like my car is, and then probably just make it look the same as my Predasaurus, to be honest. I'm just looking to get something back from my other kart, so yeah. Number one goal is to basically take out this motor since it doesn't really have a good kill switch at first, because well, this would be your only kill switch if you had it, and then like, you know, if you ever wanted to go for a stop, then you would have to come all the way back here, and then you just gotta kill it off instead of just switching it off back here. Or you know, you can customize some wire that just hook it up right here and just have a kill switch right there, so you won't have to reach for that long with your hand and shit like that. But this motor obviously doesn't have it, so this motor is gonna have to go. It's pretty fast. Fast as a 212, you know, what can I tell? And then, yeah, pretty fast as a 212, but yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really like this motor. But anyway, we're gonna be swapping it with a 212 non-hemi. See what turbocharger I can get, or whatever like supercharger we can get. Make some boost. It's gonna have forged internals. I don't know what I'm gonna get my internals at, but obviously I'm gonna get a new crankshaft, camshaft, piston rod, and you know, blah blah blah, all that type of stuff. Gonna replace the gas tank with a bigger one, and I might put it either up the front if I have enough room for it, or maybe not. I'm not sure, but it'll be kind of ideal because sometimes I like putting like bottles up here when I go to the grocery store or whatever. Sometimes they slide out right in here in this tray, so it'd be better to have that gas tank in the middle right here, if anything. Then once that's done, we gotta find some straight pipe thing that you get off of Amazon, and then I gotta like start welding it to the turbo or whatever, and all that wastegate stuff and all that flange stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of getting into the turbo stuff, so it may take a while to like work on this thing, but pretty sure I can learn pretty quickly with it. And then again, we will stretch this cart out because if I just enter it into this cart right here, you can clearly tell I have to squeeze my legs like right here. and that's not really suited for me, so that's why I want to stretch this kart a bit, because I think it would be 100% better. Because sometimes I'm like kind of weak with the throttle, and I sometimes accidentally hit the brakes. Oh, also, forgot to mention that there's no brake pad under here, so I gotta replace this brake drum or whatever. And then when I replace that, I have to tighten up this clutch thing, and we gotta find a bolt for it because it somehow just flew off as in the middle as I was just riding it for a test ride. But we replaced the oil on it. The oil was definitely bad. It's the old oil right there. Look at that. Yeah, that's bad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. But anyway, yeah. So, hopefully I get this project together. I definitely will do updates this time in this month for the summertime because it's gonna be my little fun summer project. Isn't that cool? Alright, YouTube, don't copyright me, but got some copyright music playing on my radio. Hope that doesn't cut in my mic. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. It's got good steering on. I mean, it's a little squeaky, but I threw some WD-40 on it, so at least it's better. At least it was better than what it was. I will do definitely a test drive video as soon as I can get it done and stuff like that. I'm probably gonna be taking a couple hours to edit this video, probably a few minutes. I'm not sure. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little Predasaurous project. It's gonna be definitely fun. And if you ever want to find yourself one of these, I would recommend going on Marketplace because I don't know where they have these online anymore. I'll be fair, but I think they definitely do have the wheels for it, so well, as good as it can be, at least if you buy the wheels for it and stuff. So yeah, if you guys have a go-kart like this and you're looking for a wheel, and I know these are pretty hard to find. It was hard for me to find when I was trying to replace my axle thing, but yeah, it'll be pretty easy once you get it all together. You just go on BMI go-karts, is that what it's called, or Go Power Sports? Yeah, so go on either one of those. They'll definitely help you out if they got a lot of parts to this thing or somewhere like that. So yeah, here's a little up view of it. Not bad as it looks. It's got a little front bar on it. I realized that it does have this. Now, my kart never had this, and it was obviously removed because, well, it was a customized frame, and they probably just didn't want it to look like some weird looking kid's kart, and they just wanted to make it look more, you know, like on-road country stuff. I don't know, like out of town stuff, because that's where I got my go-kart from. So that probably explains why they just did that, maybe, or I'm not sure. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little kart thing. Get a little pull real quick before we end the video. Turn the gas on. Oh, I accidentally covered my camera. I'm gonna turn the gas on right here. Turn that, I think right there. Well, this is choke, that's what I know, so I ran this thing last time. Alright, let's give it a little pull. It's already getting a little kick in it. I'm gonna have to turn that on. Yeah, it obviously runs. It's a pretty good engine, I'll be fair. Or despite me for it being, you know, old and stuff like that, I love this motor. I would keep it, but since it doesn't really have any much aftermarket upgrades on it, I'm just gonna take it out and probably give it to someone else, or I'll just keep it for another project that doesn't need to be turbofied. Mostly probably it's probably gonna be for my little brother if he ever wants to get like a kart like this, just so he doesn't go fast and all that type of stuff and get scared. But yeah, though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. See you guys in the next one. Peace.